Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is a pronoun reference question. I'll try to make it bigger so you can see it. I have the first question. It says, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, in the late 1700s in Britain and the United States, the Industrial Revolution significantly changed the way people lived and worked. Before this time, people used hand tools or simple machines to make the things they needed for everyday life. However, after the revolution, an enormous transition occurred away from the home production of goods to the factory production of goods using machines and automation. Auto yani self. This caused great social change, which affected the development of America as a country. And they ask me, what does the pronoun this refers to? And where is this in the context? Sorry, it should be, I forgot to highlight this. It should be this one, this. This is the one that I'm looking for, yes. Now, to get that, I have to go to the earliest noun because pronoun reference means you are means supporting the noun. The one that precedes, and I go backward. Then I take that noun, whether it's a singular or plural, based on what's asked. This means it's a singular. These means plural. That is singular. Those plural. Is singular. Are plural. Yani, sorry to say that, but if I was like to say, referring to what? They refers to a plural. Now this should refer to a noun. I go back and then I start putting the words and see the meaning. They told me the late 1700s, way back, very far from this. The Industrial Revolution, very far still. So I am going to go to the nearest. It says here, the last sentence, before this time, which is the 1700 and the Industrial Revolution, people used tools, simple machines. However, after that, so I'm talking about the shift, there was a transition, a moving from one to B. The prefix trans in English always means moving from one point to another. Transportation, transition, translation, transliteration, transfusion. You're taking A to B, lifting A to a B position. Occurred away from home. Two. So I'm moving people from home to the factory. And that caused the change. This new change, the transition, was behind that. They were at home first, then they moved to the factory. This late 1700, the industrial, the same meaning, A and B. Because of this revolution in the 1700s, people start reducing or moving from the home production to the factory. So the one that caused this social change is the nearest noun, which is the factory production, was the cause to that great change. People, the transition to that factory was behind that. That's to be more specific. And here it says, since the 1970, researchers have been studying the language of chimpanzees. Again, I used the same as I used before, and I ask you to find that and which. You know that these are adjective clauses, and that can be also nominally clause, and usually that and which refers to the nearest noun, because in adjective clauses you don't separate the noun from the adjective clause that defines it unless there's a preposition. So that referring to what should be to the nearest noun, which is vocal organs. And if you substitute that, it says allow them. Allow the vocal organs will allow the animals to produce that. Vocal organs allow. Here the word which refers to what? To the American Sign Language. And you know this is what we call non-defining extra information because of the comma. Because which is ACL. In other words, I can say American Sign Language is used. That's how we find the answer. So it should be vocal and ACL, and here it should be the factory. Now keep in mind, if I replace this, I say the transition, the factory production which is a transition, caused this to happen. Now, industrial revolution, late 70s, hundreds, which is the industrial. Because of this, the people start moving from the home production to the factory production, and that's this causes the problem. Thank you. Causes the social change. Sorry. Thank you for listening. Thank you.